Hey, Alisha.
Corinna.
Guess what we're doing today?
I'm dying.
I know. Okay, if you're just joining us, you know that, and hopefully you are, you know that we
Please join
usually
us.
do one episode comes out every Friday, but we had to do an emergency episode for some like absolute incredible television.
Paradise.
Paradise.
Freaking paradise.
Mm-hmm.
How come
Are
no
you
one's
guys
watching it?
watching this? Come
Every
on.
single nobody's watching it. Every
Okay,
time I
first
talk to
off,
somebody, they're like, "No, I'm not watching it."
my
How come?
one favorite friend, well, I wouldn't say favorite, but my one parasocial friend from the other podcast. I have two Instagram friends.
Yeah, you
Both
sent me
of
that
them
picture.
watch it.
You sent me, "Oh, look, my Instagram friends," and it was like you
Me.
and one other person.
No. Official page to picture shout out.
Shout out.
I like them. And then I was like almost invited them again on the pod. And then I was like, no. Alicia told
Stop
me to stop
inviting
talking to strangers.
strangers. Do you know nothing about internet danger?
They are real people.
Doesn't mean they're not weird.
They don't look weird.
Oh my
You
God.
think that nobody knows I'm weird.
Plenty. Exactly. See how someone else can be weird without looking weird?
Oh, that's so true. Okay, so
Let's freaking get in it because we're going to do a shorty episode.
yeah. Well, we're gonna try to do a short episode. Calm down, Alicia.
Well, we're going to get
And
into it.
I think this show really took us both by surprise. Number one, Alicia recommended it. So off the bat, shocked.
I'm shocked. I told you this since June when we started this podcast. I was like, Paradise. Got to be watching Paradise.
I know.
If I was smart, I would put that clip in right here. But I'm not going to do that. That takes too much work.
Roll the tape.
Roll the tape.
Okay,
but I don't know what episode that is, though.
Yeah, here's the real deal. There are spoilers ahead. So if you haven't seen Paradise, do not listen and come back. Because we are
getting in it.
Getting it right now. Okay, so this is how this is gonna go. We're gonna go into a deep dive. We're gonna talk about character glow-ups and breaking down a few character things. And then we're going to talk about some of the biggest moments we thought in season 2. Okay, we're really going to focus on season 2. Season 1 is a thing of the past. If you haven't seen season 1, honestly, what are you doing?
Yes, you're missing out. You guys.
Yeah. Then I spent like 9 hours yesterday reviewing Reddit theories.
I know, I've been watching some TikToks.
So we're going to get into some internet theories and then honestly, like, wait for the next season. So
just pause.
I know. Oh my God, fast forward. I wish I hadn't watched.
I know. Sorry. At least you got 1 and 2.
I know. I had the best of both worlds because I streamed through 1 and then just like really hit it with 2. Okay. So what do you want to start with? Like can we talk about Annie and Annie's baby and Annie's baby daddy?
Literally. First of all, I would have been exactly what happened to her is what I would have been afraid of.
Whoa. How scary that she was also a doctor, so she knew.
Yeah. Also, why didn't she ever tell anyone she was a doctor?
I still find that odd. Maybe there's a reason.
That bothered me the whole time. I was like, tell him.
Tell him. What if she didn't want to do doctor work?
I think she didn't. It could be one. That could be.
Well, didn't she get tired?
She didn't accept it as herself. She didn't like actually become a doctor, so she like doesn't feel like she should tell anyone she's a doctor. But she
could have at least said she was a nurse prac.
That's true. But a third year, now that I've watched The Pit, a third-year resident is what she is a full doctor. That is not even a half doctor. That is 100% a doctor.
First up, you started that sentence with "now that I've watched The Pit."
Yes, now that I watched The Pit. Oh, well, I can see what third-year residents are doing. Everyone trusts a third-year resident. Everyone knows, they know what they're doing. So
This is so
just saying,
funny. Okay, well, I agree.
attendings.
Annie living up. First off, I wanted an entire season of just Annie at Graceland.
Yes. Me too.
Like,
Also, how did she live alone, not talking to anybody for 3 years?
well, she had the horse.
That's true.
And
I
she
mean,
had-
I could do that, but Corinna, you would never.
I wouldn't. And she had books
She had books, yeah.
and the piano, but she never played because she was scared someone hearing her. I don't know.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
I don't know.
And then, I'm going to skip ahead here. I was so disappointed that she died.
Ugh.
I was so disappointed that she died because, I mean, I will get back to this once we get around to it. But now I feel, now that, we watched the whole season and, we have some like crazy timeline stuff going on, I'm like, it doesn't matter that if anyone dies. Because then
That's what I think.
nobody dies.
Yeah.
That's what I'm like, oh, that makes sense why they made her die then. Because it's not real.
But it was.
I know.
Okay, so Link is Dylan. You should have seen my ChatGPT history. It was like, is Link Dylan? Is Dylan Link? What
Did he say his name was Link? Or did he say his name was Dylan to Annie?
I think he said something like, my name's Dylan, but my friends call me Link or something.
Yeah, I thought that wasn't like, I thought that was a known fact.
Well, when he introduced himself to Sinatra, not to flumble through, he said, my name's Dylan. But that means that Dylan is back from the dead.
Yes. I was like levitating in the last 2 episodes, like of the I was like, it's him, and this was all like, it was just like getting those connections put together on things.
What about when they kept showing the horse, the little toy horse? I was like, stop showing that thing.
Yeah. Yes. Also, do we know what Dylan died of?
Like anaphylactic or something. Who knows? She fed him an ice pop, and then he went on a ride on the little toy horse.
Okay.
And he stopped breathing.
Okay. See, I did not remember that at all. I was like, I knew he died, but I thought he had because I didn't remember season 1. I didn't rewatch season 1, and that was a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't realize he didn't die of whatever he died. I thought he had cancer, so he was gonna die anyways, kind of thing. Mm-mm. Oh, so that event never happened, so he didn't die. Mm-hmm. But I mean, we're just blazing through this. But so if Sinatra's his mom in his timeline, why doesn't he know who she is?
Well, my thought was maybe he was too young. Maybe he doesn't remember her.
But I mean, in her memory, he's 10. Remember, they're going to get ice cream, and I would remember my mom.
I really feel like that was crazy, and I wonder if it's going to turn out to be not the real facts.
I know, that's what I'm thinking. Someone said, I saw a theory that someone said that Bean could be Dylan also in another timeline.
He could.
Also, was that not my guess that time was going to be a thing in this?
Roll it back.
Roll the tape.
Roll it back. Also, okay, I want to get into Xavier, the mailman. I want to get into Jane.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to start with Sinatra because I have been made to hate this bitch.
I know.
I have been made to motherfucking hate this bitch. And then
she's evil, pure evil.
And then at the end, you're going to rush me to feel something for her?
I kind of felt something for her.
Diabolical.
I know. I did. Well, what I felt was she literally did absolutely all of this because she was heartbroken about her son. I thought it was she's doing this in vengeance of her son, but it's she's doing all of this to see her son again.
Which was wild. She also, like, went down with the ship like the captain in
Yeah.
Titanic.
She did. She, like, closed the door, everything.
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought the same thing. It was so
It's
funny.
like, what in the hell? But, like, also, like, she should have.
Yeah. But she also, like, knew that that wasn't her end. That was this end, but it wasn't, like, her end.
Yeah.
Like, there's gonna be a place where she is with him.
So you think like I think. She's not dead. She's gonna
Yeah.
come back. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think
Definitely.
James Marsden, the president, is coming back.
Oh, I hope so.
There's no doubt in my
Yeah.
mind. No doubt.
That's
Also,
at the
with
end, I'm like, it doesn't matter if anyone's dead.
well, that's true.
They're all gonna come back.
They should have. Okay, let's talk. Okay, tell me where you want to go. I feel like I'm like bopping all around. All the
No,
characters.
okay, let's get back to the characters. Let's get
Okay. So, do you
Xavier.
want to talk about the mailman
Yeah, let's talk about the mailman.
or Jane?
Let's talk about the mailman. Let's go to Jane. First of all, the mailman, I got the same sort of vibe from that like Xavier did. He like did not trust him. Even though he was like some knight, he was so nice, so nice. I was still like, okay, this seemed like he was way too creepy into Terry, that he's getting like he was starting to get a little stalker on her.
Yeah.
And that's when I was like, oh, dude, you're gonna mess this up. And he did.
I would have. Well, first off, that episode really creeped me out.
Yeah.
These are like these alone people in basements meeting these parasocial relationships, which again, I know I just opened the show with I have 2 friends on Instagram.
But
I do have a pretty well balanced life. But that's scary.
it's really scary. I mean,
Like,
he was a good person,
yeah.
but he was brought to a place that he became something else, for sure.
I do have to think.
He lost the plot.
Yeah. I really feel like isolation, and we know this from COVID, like isolation does really weird things to you. So maybe
Yeah.
he had like, but if I were Xavier, I would have.
Oh, yeah, he wanted to. And Terry's the one that he was like, we just need to take this guy out.
Yeah, I totally would have.
So it's too bad, though, because he did save everyone, though, you know, and he was really nice.
He killed
really
his
caring.
friend.
Okay, I mean, I'm saying like he got there, but it's not like he was like planning all these things from the beginning. I think he made the wrong decisions in every circumstance at the end. Because he like I said, like lost the plot. He
totally lost the plot.
He was getting back to that lonely state, and he was like, I don't ever want to be lonely. This has been the best time of my life.
Yeah.
And I think when you're like kind of faced with that, like basically you're gonna have to go back to your old life.
Yeah.
I mean, he got desperate. That's what desperation looks like. So Jane
is.
Do we think it's Alex that sent that Circuit City guy the message?
That was so creepy. I don't know.
Like, that's like so many questions around that, because like what happened? Like, who's sending those messages from where? It's funny, it's a Circuit City guy. And enough that Circuit City guy was like deranged enough to like approach that lady. And he should have just killed her.
What did you think? Yeah. What do you think of the psychiatrist? I didn't add the psychiatrist here.
Oh,
but
yeah. Well, wait, a little bit more on Jane.
Okay.
if so, nobody did kill that baby.
No.
So, I mean, I think Jane is a gigantic threat if Alex had to do that. You know what I mean? Like, went all the way back in time to, what was it, 98 or whatever, to kill that baby. So I think, I mean, obviously she wasn't in the shower at the end of the, when it was about to be nuclear blast. She was in the shower, which tells me that she's alive, that she got out with everybody else, which also the other, anyways. So So I
Wait,
think maybe
you're saying I missed the shower. The shower was empty running
yeah,
when I feel like I just rewatched it a second time and I didn't catch that. Are you sure?
yeah, yeah, she wasn't in the shower. She wasn't in where she was
She was
killed.
literally stabbed. Okay, but maybe Alex brought her back.
I don't know. Which
Everyone's
brings
away.
us to the therapist.
Okay, wait. Also, Alex being the AI,
Mm-hmm.
the B-roll that they use for that, did you LOL? It's like a time machine wire. It's
What did I? What do you mean B-roll?
like they show the wires of Alex, like all
Oh,
and I
well,
was like,
that's what we do too to show AI.
no, not like that. It was like, even we do that better. That's what my bar for everyone. I'm like, we do that better than them.
We found better B-roll for that.
And they have like millions of dollars.
That's true.
We have like 2 half pennies and a wish.
If no one knows, it is so hard to visually depict AI.
It really is.
And like you said, millions of dollars in this show, and they still are like, oh, put some wires.
It's wires and like a what is those things, like a timer that you flip over, like sands from the hourglass.
Hourglass.
Oh, are the days of Alex's life. Yeah, anyway, just like
so
crazy.
True. And also, okay, if Dylan is alive, Dylan is the one that created Alex in the first place. So like, what kind of weird?
That's why he's like, get me to Alex.
Yeah.
Get me to Alex.
And something else I just saw on a theory is, you know how they said that he's underneath the Denver airport? And then there's that horse thing?
Yes.
So that's real. That's a real statue. Okay. And I guess in the making of that statue, something fell and it killed the artist. So he didn't even get to finish it. Someone else had to finish it. Anyways, it's depicting like death by its
creator.
Its creation kills its creator, which is kind of like Dylan being killed by Alex, being created by Dylan. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I saw a theory on that.
I guess that, I mean, we'll talk about theories later, but I literally, God, we haven't talked about Xavier, and we haven't talked about his kids, and we haven't talked about that woman who was helping him, and we haven't talked about the therapist.
I don't think we can get to everything.
I hope that everybody knows that Terry is Sterling K. Brown's real wife in real life.
She's not. I had to
lied to me?
I was wrong with that.
Alisha.
Until recently.
You're a news source.
Literally yesterday. I was like, oh shoot, I lied to everybody. I did.
You lied.
I didn't mean to. I was mistaken.
Okay, but
his real wife was the therapist to Jane. That's his real wife. So she is in the show. I just guess I misunderstood when they said that. Do you know who I'm talking about? The therapist to Jane?
No, I do.
Okay. Yeah, that was her. So sorry, everybody. Even though no one's watching this show. You guys, watch the show.
Not me thinking the whole time, that is so cute that they're in this show together.
I know, I'm sorry.
And then me thinking maybe that's why they're not doing love scenes, because they don't want that to be shown on television.
Well, like at what point would they get a love scene in?
Maybe on the train.
They're running for their life. They have a baby and an 8-year-old.
They could have had a hands moment.
Oh my God.
Heavy petting.
Heavy petting.
An ounce of affection.
They kiss. It's the literal end of the world. They're running for their lives and they have 2 kids with them. And you know what? They're stinky. No thanks.
If it's the end of the world, I would risk getting a UTI.
Oh my God. To each their own. Anyways.
Oh my God. Okay.
Biggest moments.
Okay, biggest moments. Obviously, Sinatra going down with the ship.
Yeah.
The bunker exploding.
Yeah. Also, I loved the flashback moment with James Marsden's character. Mm-hmm. Like, he made such a good, like a way smart point for a not very smart character. About like all everyone thinks they're invincible, you know, until they're not. Roman Empire thought that. Where are they? You know, stuff like that. And then I thought, I'm like, God, that, you know, you guys, like, I get she's evil and stuff like that, but it was a pretty perfect thing going on in that bunker. And everyone now has to go live outside and camp. Like,
You know what? That's such a good point. People were like, I would have rather lived in paradise than the outside world. I'm like,
yep.
you have a bed,
Yeah.
you have vegan food.
The comforts.
Yeah, you're living in the Truman Show.
Yes, that's fine. I mean, you got to make a little sacrifice. The world ended. So, like, yeah, it's going to be different. And the amount of autonomy you have is going to be a little different too.
You get to wear a wristband, you get to check in for food. You
Yeah,
don't even
like,
need money there.
yeah, like, come on, guys.
You go to a bar. Their
You were there
bar,
for 3 years and it was okay.
yeah, the bar in season 1 was my favorite place.
Oh, yeah,
For
that
them
was
to
great.
because it would be like
Yeah.
they would have a drink and then no one would pay anything. It was just,
Yeah, they would just leave. Like, you guys
I
had a
agree.
really good thing going.
Well, when they cracked open those doors and they got to the dirt and they were like,
Ugh.
maybe I shouldn't have wanted to come
Yeah.
out here.
Welcome to the rest of your life. Because you literally just blew up the bunker. Like,
Yeah,
and like, who are they to make that decision for everybody else?
I
Like,
agree.
those two little kids.
Yeah. Okay, another like, oh my God moment was when Alex pulled Sinatra to go visit. And the developer who runs Alex was like, I knew you were coming here because she told
I
me.
know. That's
And
crazy.
you were going to die today because she
Yeah.
told me. And here is this card. And she's like, who's subject X? And they're
Yeah.
like, we don't know. And she totally puts 2 and 2 together, and it's Xavier. Xavier is now tasked to save the world as we know it.
Yeah.
And let
To
me
like
tell you,
reverse everything.
yeah. And let me tell you, no better person.
I know. No better person.
The music when he's running out of the bunker,
I know.
the running, the visual cues.
Did you see everyone's? Okay.
No,
I don't want to skip ahead. Well, the fan theories that he didn't make it out
Oh, Madonna.
because of the like how far away he was when we got that like one glimpse of him where the doors were like closing and people were like, he's way too far.
But then he joins his family.
Well, I know, but they think like now that's an alternate timeline version of him.
Remember we were talking about the nosebleeds? Is that what we were talking about
Yeah.
when you were like, I predicted this?
Well, I in the beginning I had said that before everyone started getting nosebleeds.
Oh.
But now that's an indicator of like time craziness.
Mhm.
Is every time there's like a weird bend or something or someone from a different timeline, people get nosebleeds.
There's so much to unpack here. So
also, I feel like this is just like a side note real quick. I feel like if I saw my daughter grown up, I would recognize her. You know what I mean? Like I feel like Sinatra would have recognized him.
Well, you know that she said, what's your name? What day were you born? And he said, and she was like,
well, yeah, that's when she flipped out, but like,
and then she went home and fucked her husband.
Yeah, she was so happy.
Guess what? I don't have to mourn. I've only been mourning for 22 years.
Yeah.
I'm done now.
Yeah. And he was like, okay.
He was like, well, I moved on 15 years ago, but
yeah.
Okay.
He says, no questions asked.
See, they had sex. Odd, though. I didn't want to see them having sex.
There you go. See?
Their bunker?
Well, that's what she told Xavier right before she like went down with the ship.
She said,
told him
where Alex is 100 miles away.
Which is also crazy. So like another bunker to live? You know what I mean? Like,
true.
Not just a little bunker for Alex and the 10 guys that live around him. Yeah. But like, is it a whole nother place, you know? Because also when she was making this bunker, or I don't remember who told her, or who said it in the show, but they said, okay, so you're going to get 3 years of basically where the earth is going to be frozen. And then after that, it's going to unfreeze, and everyone who's still living is going to be like, oh my God, thank you, I survived. And then in a couple of years, it's going to get so hot that those people are going to wish that they died on the first day. And so, like, that's still going to happen.
Well, not
and now
world.
Everyone's out of the bunker.
Anyway, how many people were in the bunker? 1,000?
They said 20,000 people. No. And then when they were crossing the bridge, I was like, that is not 20,000 people. That's
the fact that they got everyone out of the bunker
is crazy. And everyone in the bunker is crazy too.
I agree. It really looked like a mix between the Truman Show and the Heart of Dixie set.
You know what it was, though? It was the Gilmore Girls set. And
Are you sure? I don't trust you now.
I know, you don't have to trust me. I saw it on TikTok. But they saw the gazebo. Great. And I did look it up. I looked it up, and it is the same set. It's the Gilmore Girls set. So it's freaking Stars Hollow in there.
You know what? It looks like it.
Because it is.
Like his the gazebo and everything. Like
that's what people said. They were like, because he's running by it.
Yeah.
In the last scene that he's in the bunker, and they're like, that's the gazebo.
That's so fun. So did anything not work for you?
I
have a thought. It felt so rushed at the end.
I feel like everything happened in the last 3 episodes, and maybe not even the Jane's episode. Maybe last 2 for sure.
The last 2. I feel like when they went from Atlanta in the train to Colorado, it was like a split second, but all the travel otherwise was like so slow and monotonous. Like when his plane crashed, he was with those creepo kids and at Graceland for like an episode and a half. Like,
I know that did take a really long time. And also going from Graceland to Colorado has to take a really long time on a train.
Yeah. It was too fast. It was one night traveling.
Mm-hmm. It really bugged me that Annie died. Really, really bugged me.
Maybe she's not dead.
I'm really hoping, because I mean, Link was like in love with her and she was in love with him. And now they have this little baby, and it made me really upset. And she's a doctor, and he's a quantum
physicist.
Yeah, like they could have.
He's a genius.
Yeah, they're serious. What if the baby's like Sinatra?
That is a total mind meld.
I know, it's great. And you know what didn't work for me is Sinatra's daughter being so oblivious until like the last second when she gets them stuck in an elevator. I was like, you can't be that oblivious.
I don't know. You think?
To your mom. I think she would know. And I also think other people would tell her. But I guess Sinatra did a good job of being like not really in charge. Like the president's in charge, but like she was actually in charge. So I don't know, maybe. Also the dad being oblivious too. That I kind of don't believe.
I loved the first couple of episodes when the president was just like living his best life at the fake White House.
Me too.
Like that was so funny.
I know. I love James Marsden. He's that guy in real life. Just kind of like
whatever.
I didn't really think about it too hard.
So funny.
And also people are like, okay, so his son, president's son, is so mad at that lady for being his husband's
mistress.
Yes, the mistress. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, where is his mom?
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Is she on did she die?
Where did she go? No, she's alive.
Also, I thought like the way they were building up his storyline in the first 4 episodes of season 2, and then it teetered off completely. Yeah. It was like, hello.
Yeah, like he was he was in it just enough to like put another plot point that I didn't care about. Like I didn't care about their story at all. I didn't care about his story.
Well, how do you really feel?
I didn't, and I think all the kids did was mess everything up. Like
yeah.
Everyone's trying to do the same thing and like messed everything up.
So weird. What did you think about Xavier introducing Terry to the woman he banged? This is my therapist.
This is my therapist. Well, I mean, in the podcast, they in the official Paradise podcast, his wife brings that up, and he's like, "I'm not gonna do that in the first. I'm not gonna like tell her."
Is that his wife? Who's the podcast?
That's his wife. That is for sure is his wife.
Oh my
Who
God.
did
You know what's so funny you say that. I kept thinking, my God, this woman is so comfortable with them. And why is she interviewing like that?
Yeah, no, that is for sure his wife. 100. I know that for sure.
Okay, because I literally was like, I don't like the podcast because she's too comfortable with them. It felt like she was like yelling at them.
And I think it's just, I think that's why they didn't really get a lot out of it, because it was like friends hanging out.
It was. It wasn't like, I tried to watch an episode and it put me to sleep. I was like,
yeah, it wasn't like in depth.
Possible?
It was like a conversation about stuff they only know about.
Yeah. And him being like, well, I wasn't going to tell her I slept with her when I thought my wife was dead.
Yeah.
That's fair.
And then he leaves. He was like, this is my therapist. And then he like walks away to go be with Link. I'm like, why would you ever do that? And then also him just letting his daughter just like, after the reunion, you know, they're all at the camp and she like makes out with her boyfriend. And then she just like leaves as if she hadn't seen her mom in 3 years. Like,
and then she comes out.
Like, no, we're having family time.
Yeah, she's like, okay, that's enough. Or he's like, okay.
Yeah. And then she leaves.
He's like, I'm now the president of the free world, which, I mean, if anybody can do it, he can.
That's true.
Okay, let's talk theories really quick because we have like 3 minutes left.
Okay.
Do you have theories that you found too?
No, go ahead.
So is Xavier's daughter named Presley after Elvis because he traveled to Graceland in the future?
Whoa.
And then I put, that cannot be a coincidence. It just cannot.
That's true. That can't be. That cannot be a coincidence. Shoot.
We already covered this, but there was a lot of feelings about this of like, I'd rather live in paradise than a silo after the apocalypse.
Yes, 1000%.
So this is all leading to Alex being able to stop Cal, I don't know who that is, from triggering EMP. If EMP triggers, nuclear exchange triggers an ice age. Venus
Cal's the president.
Adverted. Venus syndrome adverted. This dome does its job. Humanity survives. Bittersweet ending.
Okay. I think that's maybe where they're going to go with it. Although they did say last season, unless Hulu asks for more.
You mean season 3 is the end?
Yes. Season 3 is the end. I think that might be how it I would love it to be just wrapped up beautifully like that. Where like all the timelines go correctly. Dylan's son is alive. The world doesn't end.
Wouldn't it be like Alex needs to stop Sinatra from triggering the EMP? What is the EMP? I'm thinking that's Alex.
No, EMP is the electric. It's the thing that stops all the electronics in the world.
Oh,
like that's why cars don't work. That's why all that stuff.
Venus so then that entire situation would be
it has to go all the way, because the actual problem was the weather. That's the actual problem, is that humans were destroying the earth. That's like the real problem. And then something happened where like everyone thought everyone was going to do a nuclear blast on everyone else.
Yes, there was like some kind of a war starting.
And then Cal like triggered something exploded, whole world. Then someone did an EMP. I gotta watch the whole first season again.
I think I do too. Honestly, like I really enjoyed this show. Like
Me too.
I was trying to rewatch episode 8. There was one more thing I saw, that there's always, this is somebody wrote into Reddit, there's always been massive rumors and conspiracy theories about what's under the Denver airport. From
really?
Bunkers to a tunnel in NORAD to extraterrestrial colonies. This show will not help those theories.
That is 100% true.
And then I was like, what theories? And now, I'm going to go research the shit out of that.
Yeah. That's
So
crazy. What's so big about the Denver airport?
I don't know if you know, like link us or something.
Yeah.
So they begin filming season 3 in like 7
A couple
days.
days. Yeah.
Mhm.
And I was like, oh, thank God. Good
So
service. Although it probably won't come out till next year this time.
yeah, like what the hell are we in for?
I know.
We're in
I'm
for
so
it.
excited.
I'm
You
I don't know.
guys.
Like I don't know
You
what I
guys
was supposed
need
to
to
do
be
with myself.
watching.
I did start watching Imperfect Women, which we have a surprise guest coming this Friday, so hopefully we'll talk a little bit about that.
Mhm.
But I started Scandal rewatch again, and
I'm trying.
I'm dying to hear your thoughts.
I haven't started Scandal. I'm going to start tonight. I have gotten 25% through Imperfect Women, and I'll leave it there.
Okay. Well, every time something happens in Scandal, I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait to hear Alicia's thoughts. Oh my God, what would Alisha do? WWAD is my new
Oh my God.
my new life.
I bet Scandal is everyone just, is it like, what is that one show that everyone's mean to each other? Is that what this show is about?
No.
Okay, good. Succession. That's the one where everyone is just like cutting each other's throat.
No.
It's about scandals.
It's about being a fixer in Washington.
Oh, okay.
But you'll see a lot of famous ABC faces.
I'm
like
excited.
The whole gamut of ABC is there.
I love it.
And I'm like, in my rewatch, I'm like, I'm not going to say more, but
Okay,
WWAD or WWAT, what would Alisha think? What would Alisha do? What would Alisha think?
Oh my God. Okay. I'm excited to watch that one. I've never heard a bad thing about Scandal, so I'm excited.
It's impossible to think a bad thing about Scandal. Although one thing, the lights flicker in the transition scene, so you'll see. So like if you're watching in the dark, just close your eyes. And if you have epilepsy, like be alert. It's really like it's like a camera flash.
Oh, weird.
It's so weird. That would be my one note takeaway for them.
Okay, well, you should tell them.
Well, I mean, I thought maybe over the years they'd change it.
It's not.
It's bad.
I'm gonna start tonight, and then we'll have our discussion on Friday.
I'm so excited. And we thank you so much for listening today to this emergency episode. Do you like emergency episodes? Because like we could totally do that for things that pop up. So like if you like it, let us know. And then definitely follow us on socials.
Yes. And I'm Alisha.
That's your name. I'm Corinna.
We hope you slay all day.
Bye.
Bye.